On Upwork, there are good clients and bad clients. The good clients make you love freelancing on Upwork, and the bad clients make you hate freelancing on Upwork. In this video, I'm going to provide you the 4 things to look out for when avoiding bad clients. And this can make it or break it for you, because if you can avoid bad clients and focus on only good clients, your experience is going to be so much better and you're going to enjoy the process of freelancing on Upwork. The importance for this is the fact that when you're applying for a job on Upwork, you want to avoid those clients who are A, just not serious, B, maybe they're just putting their job up there just so that they can look for free sample work, or they're putting it up for some other reason, right? So you want to avoid these scenarios so you can avoid wasting time, number one, applying for the job, wasting connects. So you're actually wasting money because for each job you have to use connects over there, and at the same time just wasting energy for clients who are just not interested. You're trying to build a career in Upwork, and rather than wasting time on individuals who are not serious, you rather find those high-paying clients right off the bat. So in this video, I'm going to break this down step by step and provide you the 4 client red flags that every Upwork freelancer should watch out for. So the first red flag that stands out is when a client's profile is unverified. And I'll give you an example of this. So I pulled this job up over here, and what you'll notice over here is that, for example, it mentions, notebook over here as a job title. It gives a description, the cover, the manuscript, and it gives a little bit more explanation of what it needs to be, right? That's fine. There's no issue over there. However, when you go on the right-hand side, you'll notice that payment method not verified. Okay. Now I'm going to preface this as well. Just because payment method is not verified does not mean that it's an immediate red flag. And the reason being is that there could be a scenario where the client is brand new on the platform and just has no idea that they need to verify their account, right? That there's many examples of that as well. However, in this scenario, it's a bit different, and I'll explain to you why. If you go to the bottom over here, it gives you a bit more history of the client. And what you notice over here, it says member since August 29, 2020. That means the client has been on the Upwork platform for 2 years, right? So they've probably learned about the platform. They've probably, watched a few videos about it, talked to a few people as well. However, in that span of 2 years, they have not once gone on the platform to verify their account. So for me, this immediately stands out as a red flag and something that I should avoid. The second red flag that every Upwork freelancer should know about when looking at a client is when a client is demanding and expecting an expert freelancer, but they're willing to pay is that of a beginner. And I'll give you a few examples of this. For example, let's look at this job over here. So it's a on-demand graphic designer, and they give a brief bio of themselves. Beige Corporation is a leader in the media technology landscape, powered by logistics. And they go further. We have 3 subsidiaries, and they explain what their subsidiaries are, okay? And then they explain over here of what they need, right? That's great, right? That's very good. Then they give a little bio of themselves as well. And as you can see over here, they're looking for an expert. I'm willing to pay higher rates for the most experienced freelancers. However, the minute you look over here and you're like, wait a minute, this corporation, which is a leader in the media technology landscape, powered by logistics, and it speaks about the fact that our app, which is the Uber for video, can only afford to pay starting at $5 USD per hour, right? For someone as a leader in the media technology, I question their claim over there, right? They must be really out of sync in terms of what the pay rates are for experts, right? I understand it goes up to $25 as well, but the minute you start at $5 per hour, I question that as well. And I question the integrity as a client on the platform looking for expert individuals when only willing to pay this much. And we can look at a few more examples of this. Here's another example over here, right? Social media marketing, small music school in Ontario, Canada, looking to boost enrollment through a larger online presence. Okay, that's a very good idea. And then they go into detail what they need. They need an online marketing and social media pro to write and post to Instagram and Facebook. They need a Facebook ad specialist. They need an SEO copywriter, aid with Google ads, SEO work, content, online marketing. They want every single aspect of social media, digital marketing, just so that they can boost their online presence for their music school. But then the minute you look over here, it's like, they're willing to pay $8 and they want the world, right? It doesn't work like that. And even if you look over here, in terms of skills and expertise that they want literally everything from A to Z. But what you notice over here is that does not align with what they want over here, right? Here's one more example of this. In the title itself, it's like, they're very clear. Experienced influencer. We don't want a beginner. We don't want intermediate. We want someone who's experienced, right? And what should they be experienced with? Experience with this, they're able to do this, they should be able to work six days per week, needs to have friendly, positive attitude. So, they're really, really looking for a team player over here. But for all those expectations, why not make sure that the wage that you're providing allows that person to have a friendly and positive attitude, right? I mean, if all the expectations are over here, I wouldn't have a friendly, positive attitude if they expected me to be this, yet at the same time, they're only willing to pay this. That's impossible, right? So that's another example over there. The third client red flag that stands out as well is the brief job description. So let's look at this example over here. In this example, we see over here, it simply says Instagram. And then over here, it says, I like with a W, right? So that's a spelling mistake here. I like to do this job and thank for providing me such huge opportunity. So clearly, grammatically, this is not correct, number one. Number two, I don't even think this is a job posting. I mean, if I'm looking at this right now, it seems like the person is advertising themselves as Instagram because they're saying that I like to do this job and thank for providing me such huge opportunity, right? So this is completely incorrect, right? And it's in a violation of almost every single rule in Upwork as a client. However, for the sake of what we're discussing right now, as I mentioned before, any job that's posted, a legitimate job that's posted in the sense that the client is not posting a job to promote their own skills and they have a very short title and a short job description, I would be aware of that. And the reason why I would be aware is the fact that if they haven't put an effort into making sure that the job is actually accurate and describe what they need, they're probably not serious in terms of who they're looking for. The last client red flag to discuss over here is the one where the client has no job history, right? So let's take an example of this though. So we see this job over here, blockchain cryptocurrency developer. They give an explanation of what they need. But again, when you go over here, you'll notice that there's no job history of hiring rate, right? And again, as I mentioned in the past as well, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a scam job or perhaps the client is not interested and it should be an immediate red flag. But if you're a new freelancer, I would probably say avoid these types of jobs in the beginning. The reason being, it's like going to a restaurant. If there's no views, if there's no reviews, there's no one to verify or vouch for the restaurant, you're probably better off going somewhere where a lot of people have been there. Likewise, if there's no history working with the client, it's better to avoid that client in the beginning because you don't want to be in a situation where you're desperate for the job, you apply for the job and you get the job, but the client turns out to be a terrible person and leaves a bad review, right? So better to avoid that scenario. And here's another example as well, right? Zero hire rate over here too. So again, avoid this scenario. So let's recap the 4 client red flags that every Upwork freelancer should watch out for. Number 1 is avoiding those clients that are unverified. Number 2, avoiding clients who are demanding expert status freelancers but wanting low wage individuals. Number 3, where the job description is very short. And number 4, where the client have no hire history. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know in the comment section of other client red flags that you have as an Upwork freelancer when on the platform.